I recently had someone ask me, if you're so successful at trading, why do you spend all your time teaching? What's the big deal? Why aren't you just off on your yacht somewhere? And it totally misses the point. You see, in my trading journey, I've seen highs and lows, I've made a ton of money, and I still make money consistently. But what I learned is that the journey to success, the journey to consistent profitability can be really hard. I mean, I've lost track of the number of people that have come up to me when they learned that I trade successfully, and I've taught people to trade successfully. I've lost track of how many people have come up to me, in tears or emotional or upset or overwhelmed because they're losing money week after week, month after month, or even worse, they've lost their life savings in the stock market. Has that ever happened to you? Or are you fearful that when you start placing your money at risk in the market that you're going to lose everything? That's why I teach, because there's so many people out there that need the help. But not only that, there's so many people out there willing to take advantage of people that need the help. You see, the trading industry is full of scams and frauds. You just think about how everyone makes their money. This is the key to knowing whether someone is really there to help you or not. Think about your stockbroker. Your stockbroker makes money if you trade more frequently. Your stockbroker makes money if you take bigger trades so that you pay them higher commissions. Your stockbroker makes money if you use more leverage so you pay them higher interest costs. None of those things that your stockbroker wants you to do are consistent with profitable trading for the individual private trader. So doing what your stockbroker wants you to do is probably not going to help you very much, and it's not going to make you money. In fact, it's probably going to send you broke. Think about your fund manager. Your fund manager makes money by convincing you to deposit your hard-earned, hard-saved money with them in their account and leaving it there for the long run, because you can't time the market, and it's timing in the market that matters, not timing the market. All of these sorts of things. And it's complete garbage. The reason they want you to do that is because when you deposit your money with your fund manager and you leave it there, they get to collect risk-free, mind you, 1 or 2% of your entire balance every year as a fee for the privilege of managing your money badly. Now, you just have to look at the average performance of a mutual fund to realize that most of them cannot consistently beat the market. And it's actually impossible with their cost structure, because they've got to pay analysts, they've got infrastructure, they've got huge marketing costs. I mean, you go into a fund manager's office and look at the glossy brochures and the fancy buildings and the premises that they've got and all of the staff they employ, and it's absurd. All of that has to come from somewhere. And if you're the investor, it's coming from your pocket. And so your fund manager is probably not going to make you wealthy in the stock market either. I mean, sure, there's a very small number of exceptional, amazing fund managers, but for the most part, mutual funds are a complete waste of time. I believe in personal accountability because no one cares about your money more than you. And I know for a fact, no one cares about my money and success more than me, except possibly my wife and my family, because they're the beneficiaries of what I do here. Think about the Forex broker. Forex brokers take huge marketing campaigns out there in the market because they want you to invest in Forex. They want you to do it in a certain way. High leverage, high frequency. Why? Because the more leverage you take, the bigger your positions, the greater they can charge you, or the greater profit they can make through the spread that they charge you when you place and close your trades. Now, Forex brokers are insanely profitable because they make their money through the spread. They say it's cheap because it's only a couple of pips wide, but by the time you leverage it up, they're making a huge commission. And in fact, many Forex brokers actually turn out to be more expensive than typical stockbrokers in the stock market. So don't believe the hype that Forex trading is cheap and low risk. It's not that it's cheap, it's that it appears cheap and they can market it easily to you. And I know for a fact that they make huge money because they can pay educators huge commissions to introduce new business to them. Now, I don't do this, a lot of educators do, but if an educator introduces a client to the Forex broker, then a huge portion of the commissions that client generates comes back to the educator as commissions. And anyone who's teaching you how to trade, who's also getting commissions from a broker, is putting you at risk because there's a conflict of interest there. And I've seen these things happen in the market. I've seen it so many times that I just felt the obligation, the duty to get in and start teaching in a way that puts you in control. Putting the empowerment in the hands, in the lap of the private trader. Teaching how to develop trading strategies that fit your own personality, your own objectives, and your own lifestyle so that you can be personally accountable. Because it devastates me when I see someone come up to me in tears having lost their life savings. I had one guy come up to me at a seminar in tears because he'd saved literally for decades at his job, and he'd invested it with a broker or a trader who had promised him huge returns in binary options and Forex and various different things. It was a completely discretionary account. The broker was going to handle everything and promised huge monthly returns. All sounded very wonderful until I drilled into what exactly happened. And the broker was taking so much risk. Of course, they made huge returns when things went well, but it took about 1.5 weeks or 2 weeks to destroy the entire account and decades worth of life savings. Don't let that happen to you. Take personal responsibility. It's your money. You should learn how to manage it. Whether you trade it or not, it's a different thing. But just giving it over blindly to someone who's promising high returns is the riskiest strategy of all. So get yourself educated. That's why I got into teaching, because there's just so much crap out there in the marketplace. There's so much garbage, there's so many conflicts of interest. And in reality, there's a few simple trading principles that once you learn them, you'll never look at finance the same way. You'll never look at the markets the same way, and you'll never look at those glossy marketing brochures the same way either. And those principles, that's what I cover in the Enlightened Stock Trading Development Program. I teach you how to start from the beginning, formulate a strategy that matches your own personality, your own objectives, and your ideal lifestyle. Formulate a strategy and convert it to rules that you can test, optimize to give you comfort, confidence that they're profitable, and put a risk management plan in place that will meet your objectives, risking only the amount you're comfortable with, to make the returns that you want for your life consistently so that you can sleep at night. It's all about you. It's not about the broker. It's not about me. It's not about the educator. It's not about someone else's system. Teaching trading properly is about putting you in control so that you can make the right decisions for you with your personality, your life, and your objectives. Once you learn how to do that, you can become independent. You got hope and freedom because you know you're on the right path. You know you're in control of the amount of money you're going to make. And that is the path to real freedom. You're not going to quit your job next week because it's just not practical. Start with a small trading account, learn how to do it, learn the principles, and grow and build it. As you get the confidence, you're going to be able to add more and more money to your account, grow it, and then all of a sudden you're going to turn around one day and your trading account on half an hour a day or less is going to be making more money than you at your day job 12 hours a day or more. That's what happened to me. I learned how to trade. I built a system. I followed the rules. I managed my risk. And one day I turned around and thought, why am I still working? Because that year when I had that realization, my trading was taking 20 to 30 minutes a day, and I made dramatically more money trading than I did working 12 to 14 hours a day every day in my day job. That's what I want for you. But you'll only get there if you take responsibility, if you take the accountability and you learn the principles of profitable stock trading. If that sounds like something that you might be interested in, then enter your name and email in the box below. Then we can jump on the phone, we can talk about how you can take the next step and take your trading to the next level. Or if you haven't started yet, get started the right way. My name's Adrian Reed and I'm from Enlightened Stock Trading. I'm looking forward to helping you accelerate your trading journey.